Hello, students. Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to my YouTube chemistry channel, Amazing Chemistry Classes. I'm your chemistry teacher, Dr. Rohit Chakravarti, an educator and a senior scientist by profession. So, I welcome you once again. And today, I have come up with a very good video that is based on your P block element group number 16 and group number 17, group number 18, very important reactions. Actually, in inorganic chemistry, these reactions you have to learn by your heart, because these reactions multiple times, if you see in your board exams, have come in 3 marks questions, in 2 mark question also. At times it comes in multiple choice questions also. So these are very important for your competitive exams also. So you guys need to learn and you guys need to practice it. So while I'm discussing these reactions, please sit with the paper and pen or make a note so that it will help you a lot. As you guys can see here, this is your NCERT book where you can see xenon oxygen compound. So in this video I'm going to discuss about various reactions. All right, so here it is. Let's discuss first group number 16 elements. Here you can see first reaction, that is ozone O3 reacts with iodide ion in water, so it results in the formation of hydroxy ion, iodine, and oxygen gas gets liberated. Second one is when carbon reacts with sulfuric acid, it results in the formation of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and water molecule gets formed as a byproduct. All right, next one is SO3. So sulfur trioxide, when it reacts with sulfuric acid, it results in the formation of H2SO7. Again, very important reaction. Moving on to the next one, that is Fe3 plus ion, when it reacts with sulfur dioxide in water, results in the formation of iron 2 positive ion, sulfate, and hydronium ion gets liberated, 4H plus ion. Similarly, I have given an example of O2 negative ions. When it reacts with water, results in the formation of hydroxy ions and oxygen gets liberated. Okay, moving on to the next. So these reactions, actually, if you see these reactions comes in competitive exam, they might ask that when carbon reacts with sulfuric acid, it results in the formation of dash. So out of 4 options, you have to take any one, or it might come as a fill in the blanks also. They will write down the reactants and you have to write down the product. So these are all balanced equations. So you guys take a snapshot also. You can write down the reaction in your copy. Okay. Now moving on to the group 17. That is when I2, that is iodine, reacts with NaClO3, results in the formation of sodium iodide, ClO2, and oxygen gas get liberated. Similarly, when iodine reacts with NaClO3, it results in the formation of sodium iodate and chlorine gas get liberated. Next one is the fluorine. It reacts with water, results in the formation of HF, that is hydrofluoric acid, and oxygen gas get liberated. Silica, that is silicon SiO2, when it reacts with hydrofluoric acid in a gaseous form, it results in the formation of SiF4 and water gets liberated. Another one very important, again, hydrofluorosilicic acid formation by reacting it with SiF4 with hydrofluoric acid in the form of a gas. Moving on to the next one, that is chlorine. When it reacts with NaOH, hot and concentrated, results in the formation of NaClO3, NaCl, and water molecules. Okay. Next one, when chlorine gas reacts with excess of fluorine, it results in the formation of ClF5. However, when it reacts not in excess but in a limited supply of fluorine, it results in the formation of ClF3. Similarly, bromine, when it reacts with fluorine in excess, it results in the formation of BrF5. However, when bromine gets reacted with sodium iodide, results in the formation of sodium bromide and iodine liberated. Here I have discussed about the ion reactions also. Bromine BrO3 negative ion reacts with fluorine in presence of hydroxy and results in the formation of BrO4 ion negative, fluoride ion, and water molecules. Similarly, the next one is the iodine. Reaction of iodine with chlorine in presence of water results in the formation of iodic acid, very important, and HCl also as a byproduct. When iodine reacts with S2O3 ions, results in the formation of S4O6 and iodide ion also. Calcium oxychloride, when it reacts with hydrochloric acid, results in the formation of calcium chloride plus chlorine gas and water gets liberated. Next one is iodate ion. It reacts with iodine ion and H ions react, result in the formation of iodine, I2 molecule plus water gets liberated. Moving on to the next reactions, few more reactions I have discussed here. The P block elements, here few more questions. When Ca calcium phosphate, calcium phosphorus solid reacts with water, it results in the formation of calcium hydroxide and phosphine gas get liberated. It is highly toxic. Similarly, cuprous ion reacts with ammonia, results in the formation of deep blue complex. This is also a test for the cuprous ion. Moving on to the next one, when ammonia reacts with sodium oxychloride, results in the formation of sodamide and SCLO. Okay. Similarly, phosphorus pentachloride reacts with water, results in the formation of phosphorus trichloride POCl3 and SCl also get liberated. When phosphorus oxychloride POCl3 reacts with water, results in the formation of phosphoric acid and SCl also as a byproduct. When lithium reacts with nitrogen, results in the formation of lithium nitrite. So these are all very important reactions. Take a snapshot of these reactions. Moving on to the next one, phosphorus reacts with sodium hydroxide in presence of water, results in the formation of sodium hypophosphite and phosphine gets liberated. Next one is phosphorus reacts with sulfuryl chloride, results in the formation of phosphorus pentachloride and sulfur dioxide gas liberated. Mercury chloride results with phosphine, results in the formation of mercuric phosphide and HCl gets liberated. Tin reacts with phosphorus pentachloride, results in the formation of tin tetrachloride and PCl3. Similarly, calcium phosphate reacts with silica and in the presence of carbon results in the formation of P4, that is phosphorus as a P4 molecule, calcium silicate and carbon monoxide gas get liberated. Silver chloride, when it reacts with ammonia, results in the formation of a complex formation. Here you can see this is a complex of silver and ammonia chloride. Phosphorus oxide, when it reacts with nitric acid, results in the formation of HPO3 and N2O5 gets liberated out. Iodine reacts with nitric acid concentrated hydroiodate plus nitrogen dioxide and water gets liberated. Similarly, when copper, it reacts with dilute nitric acids. There are different reactions when it reacts with dilute nitric acid. When it reacts with concentrated nitric acid, different compounds get formed. Here you can see there is a formation of a compound CuNO3 whole twice plus nitrous oxide plus water molecule. So these all reactions are well balanced and if you see at the 10-year papers, multiple times these questions have come. Ammonium chloride reacts with sodium nitrite, results in the formation of ammonium nitrate and sodium chloride is also formed. So these are all very important reactions. Just take a snapshot of these video. Alright. Now the next one, group 18. Here you can see I have written multiple reactions of xenon compounds. Xenon hexafluoride, which reacts with potassium fluoride, results in the formation of complex ion. Similarly, xenon XeF4 reacts with antimony F5, it results in the formation of these ion complexes. So you can write down then hexafluoride, xenon hexafluoride reacts with water, results in the formation of XeO3 plus HF gets liberated. This is a very important name reaction. All these inorganic chemistry noble gases, that is group 18, as we all know. In group number 18, helium, neon, argon, potassium, calcium, phosphorus. So these all name reactions, especially xenon is very important element of group 18 because it forms multiple complexes and compounds with halogen metals, and these are all the reactions when xenon. Here you can see when xenon reacts with halogen, that is fluorine, results in the formation of XeF at 873 Kelvin. When xenon gas is in axis, it reacts with fluorine, results in the formation of XeF2. So these the conditions which are very important. At different condition, different compounds are formed. When XeF2, this difluoride, xenon difluoride reacts with water, results in the formation of xenon gas plus hydrofluoric acid and oxygen molecule gets liberated out. So these are all the reactions which I have taken from your board exam previous year questions. I hope you guys like this video and do share with your friends. I've been doing very hard work for you guys, and these questions are very important. Thank you so much. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel.